everyone, welcome back to Pepcoding. I hope you all are doing good. So in this video we are going to do one more question related to linked list, and my question is add last in doubly linked list. So I'm assuming that you know the meaning of doubly linked list. If any one of you don't know the meaning of doubly linked list, then don't worry, I'll teach you. Okay, so let's start and try to understand the question first. What we have given a partially written doubly linked list class. Okay, you are required to complete the body of add last function. This function is supposed to add an element to the front of linked list. You are required to update head, tail and size as required. Okay, so we have given one function and the name of that function is add last. In that function we have to add an element or node at the end. Sorry, we have to write here last. Small correction here, last will come here. So we have to add element or node at the end of linked list. Okay, so after that at the end I have to update my head, tail as well as size of the linked list. Okay, so let's understand now. What is the difference between simple linked list and doubly linked list? This is my simple linked list as you all know, and this is my doubly linked list. Now what is the difference? So see the difference. In simple linked list, our node contains only two parts. First one is data. Here it can store data and here it can store address of upcoming node, right? But in doubly linked list, our node contains three parts. So here I have to use only one pointer, but in doubly linked list we have to use two pointers, right? I'm giving them name previous and next. Okay, so next will come, I'm locating next here and previous here, and here I can store my data, for example this. Okay, so this is the difference between simple linked list and doubly linked list. So now our question is we want to add this is by one. We want to add one node or element at the end of our doubly linked list. So how we can do that? As you all know, doubly linked list contains three parts. The node of doubly linked list contains three parts. So here you can see address of this node is coming. That's why this connection has made. Then at the previous of this node has stored, right? Similarly here. Okay, now you can see here it is null. Initially it is head, it is tail, right? And tails next is null now, but I want to store one more node at the end of doubly linked list. So for that what I will do, see, I want to store 5 there, right? So initially tails next is null, but I want to make connection and want to store one more node there. So what I will do, I will update tails next to our new node. So here my new node gets stored. Here my new node gets stored. Okay, one connection has made by us. Now one more thing. This new node also contains two pointers. This is next and this is previous. Now at the previous of our node, I have to store this node. So I have to store third node here, address of third node. So see, again we have made one more connection. So see, now we have used our two pointers, right? And we have established a connection. And next of our new node is null because our loop has finished here. We don't want another node to attach here. We don't want another node to get attached here. Okay, but see one more thing. Now our tail get updated, so tail will come here. I hope you have understood till now. Okay, so what I have taught you, I'm expecting that you have understood it. If you haven't understood it, again start video from the very beginning and watch that. Okay, now 1 2 3. I want to store 4. But here, but here at the next of my tail, this is my tail, right? This is my head. At the next pointer of my tail, it is storing null. So I have to update it, and at the next of tail, I will store 4. Address of fourth node, and at the previous of this fourth node I will store third node. Okay, so this is how I can add I can add element at the last of my linked list, and I will update tail. Okay, so see how we can code that. We can have two possibilities here. Size can be 1 or more than 1 of the same thing. More than, if the size is more than 1, same thing will get happen. Okay, see, if size is 0, that means our head and tail are 0 initially, but I want to store one node, so I added my node at the last. So head will denote this node and tail will also denote this node. Okay, now see, next of tail is null, and head of previous of our head is also null. So this is the way that how I can add node to my linked list when it is empty, and I will update the size and it will become 1 now. Similarly, coming here, the same case, this is the same case. For example, if 1 is there, I want to add 2. So what I have to do, this is my head. At the next of my head, I will store 2. Okay, and at the previous of 2, I will store 1. So this is how I can add element at the last of my linked list. So let's try to code it now. Okay, so I will do that in Java, right? See, we have given one variable whose name is data, and we are storing 0. It basically we are initializing it with 0. Then we have taken 2 pointers, previous and next. Then I have taken now you can see we have head and tail node here. Size, we have one variable of size here. We just need to write the code. I'm not going to write my code here. I'm going to make a function and going to call my function from here. Okay, so I will make my private function. I don't want third party vendors to access my this code, so I am making it private, right? So what I will do, I will create one function, add last node, creating node and passing it as an argument. Now I will check if size is equals to 0. Why I am using this? This points the variable and function of our class, so that's why I am using this here. So what I have to do, if the size is 0, I want to add node at the last. I will simply store node at last, and my head and tail will denote to the same node, right? Now coming here, if the size is not 0, so what I have to do, at tails next of tail, what I will do, I will store my node. Okay, now at previous of my node, what I will do, previous of my node, I will store my tail. Okay, now I am simply going to update my tail, so tail will be my new node. Okay, now just update the size of linked list, and we have to make this function public because we are going to call our private function from here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will make one node here and pass val as argument here, and then simply going to call my add last node from here. So node will come here. So let's run it. See, are we getting right output or not? Compilation error at private. Okay, so in Java we will declare private like that and public like this. Okay, so let's run this code. Again we are getting compilation error. Okay, previous, it is previous. you can see our output has got accepted. Let's submit it. So we are getting correct answer. So I hope you have understood what we have done here. Okay, so let's try to dry run it one more time. This is my code. See, this is my code, right? So initially, if size is 0, wait. If size is 0, then simply the node which I want to add that node, and head and tail will denote that node, right? If I have given linked list, right, and I want to add one more node, so this is my head initially, this is my tail. Now at tails next, I will store node. This is my node, right? And at the previous of my node, this is previous of my node, I will store tail's address, right? Now I will simply update my tail and then increase size by 1, it will come 4. So this is the dry run of my code. I hope you have understood what we have done till now. If you haven't understood it, please watch this video again. Thank you so much.